Great. Well, good afternoon or good morning or good evening. I'm State Senator Rachel Zenzinger. I represent Arvada and Westminster in Jefferson County, which is Senate District 19. And I am currently a member of the Joint Budget Committee as well as the chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. I also sit on the Statutory Revision Committee as well as the School Finance Interim Committee and the Statewide Internet Portal Authority, also known as SIPA. I'm really excited this year. One of my key bills was mentioned in the State of the State by the governor, as well as introduced among our first 5 bills that was introduced, and that was a bill to address our teacher shortage here in Colorado. We commenced a study a few years ago to look at the issue of teacher shortages. Is it a problem in Colorado and what's contributing to it? And a report came out after they met and outlined a couple of key initiatives that we could tackle as a state legislature in order to address a very real problem here in Colorado. So Senate Bill 3 is the Educator Loan Forgiveness Program. It will allow teachers who commit to teaching in a teacher shortage area up to $5,000 of loan forgiveness, student loan debt, up to 5 years, so that we can try and attract more people into the profession, number 1. Number 2, so that we can get really good teachers into those teacher shortage areas, number 2. Number 3, it's also really important that we recognize that right now housing is a real crunch here in Colorado. So if teachers whose salaries are already quite low are able to keep some of their hard-earned pay and put that towards housing costs, for example, rather than expensive student debt, I think it's kind of a win-win for everybody. So I'm really excited to be able to put that bill forward. A couple of other bills that I have on my plate this year is looking at some other education issues, some other housing issues, and I'm sure many of you have experienced where you have to go get your emissions checked on your car. It's kind of a standard test that you have to get if you're going to renew your registration. And current law in Colorado says that if your check engine light happens to be on for whatever reason when you go to get your emissions checked, you automatically fail. We feel that that may not necessarily be the best policy because one is not always related to the other. So we're going to lift that prohibition that says that you automatically fail your emissions test if your check engine light is on. So I'm really excited about that bill and looking forward to it. And then I am going to tackle a quite serious topic, something that I experienced in my own campaign several years ago when I was running, which is campaign finance reform. We feel that voters, when they're trying to make a determination of who they should vote for, they need to know who is behind the advertisements that are landing on their doorstep. So we have a bill called Stand By Your Ad, where we require any organization that is going to be expending more than $1,000 in electioneering communication must put who paid for it on the ad. We just feel that that's really important transparency for voters so that they know who is backing which candidates, and voters need that kind of information. So I'm really excited about being able to tackle housing, education, and some campaign finance reform.